What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Fulham series. And today we are playing against Reading. And once again, you'll have to excuse my voice. I can barely speak, but we'll give it a go. Give it a go once again. And today, as I say, we're playing Reading, and this is the second episode of the season. And we've actually had a really positive start to the season. I was expecting a really bad start, but we've only lost one game, as you can see at the bottom here. But we'll review this in a little bit more depth in a minute. However, while we've had a very good start, there's been lots of negatives. Well, not lots of negatives. There's been a couple things that have been haven't been so good. But today we are playing against Reading. Who knows how it's going to go? Now, one thing to review from last episode. You guys in the comments, well, thank you for those who did leave suggestions on who to sign. I have set a scout to look at them, to get a little bit more information on them, etc. And then later on, we'll put them into a poll, into a vote, and you guys can vote on which ones you think we should sign, etc. Or I might narrow it down, or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out nearer January. But as you can see from the start of the season, very, very well. But anyway, onto the tactics. Now, people were saying Overload was very brave, shall we say, very bold, and it worked. It would work. The proof is in the pudding. It's working. The Overload is, from my experience, attack, as I said to you. Overload is the way forward on this year's game currently, pre-patch, when it comes out in, what is it, Christmas, the Christmas patch, whereas there might be thinking there's maybe one more patch between now and Christmas. I can't remember the exact schedule they normally do it in. And normally the game changes, in my experience, changes slightly, if not dramatically sometimes, depending on the year of the game. In terms of the match engine, they make some changes that makes considerable differences. Like, I remember a few years ago, crossing was a huge glitch in the game when it first launched, and people exploited it. I exploited it, of course you did. You exploited it and created so many goals, but then they patched it and it didn't work anymore, and you had to rethink your tactics, sort of thing. So whether or not they change it, but at the moment, Overload is the way forward for me, from what I found. But as you remember, last episode we beat Ipswich 3-2. Then we played Millwall, and we went on to win that 3-1 at home with 2 goals from Corley Woodrow and Emerson Hindman. We'll go with that. Then we played a draw against Wolves, which was really dull. Lost to Derby 3-1. Now this one, we were poor, and I hold my hands up to that. We were very poor. However, the game glitched out on me because I got a sending off. As you can see, Nikolai Bodorov got sent off, and I had to do a change in my shape. I brought on... Who did I bring on? I brought on a defender. Was it Cameron Burgess? I brought on a defender to switch out with my defensive midfielder. And when I was using because I use a wireless mouse, I'm on a laptop, but I prefer to use a mouse. So while I was trying to grab hold of his position and move it back into defence to maintain a back four, so I was going to sacrifice a man in midfield to maintain the back four, it wouldn't let me move him. But then after half time, I then tried, and we conceded 2 goals in the first half. Was it all after Bodorov got sent off? So we were exploited because I could not move the man back. At half time, I then switched to my trackpad on my laptop, and I could drag him back, but I couldn't do it with the mouse. Yet with the mouse, I could still do it. At the moment I'm using the mouse, it was exactly the same as I could move it around, and I could select things. I could do opposition instructions, all that stuff. It just wouldn't let me move the player into the position, yet the trackpad would allow me to do that. So now I know if that does happen again. But we were poor, but I think they exploited us because we had a really dodgy, wonky back three sort of thing, and I had the defensive defender in the midfield, so we weren't very good. But we lost the game. That's all that matters. Then we played against Blackpool with a complete rotation of the team, and we won 3-1. Ross McCormack got 2 goals as the inside forward on the left wing. And the other goal coming from Sean Kavanagh. He's actually a pretty good prospect actually at left back. He does a lot of set pieces. Then we played Cardiff in the most recent game and smashed them 4-0. Moy Gomez, who I'm going to show you in a second, is a loan signing, and Corley Woodrow scored again. So with regards to signings, I've made just maybe one more free, loan. Yes, I brought Moy Gomez in from Villarreal. This is somebody I've known about for a couple of years now in FMs, and he's actually played a lot on this left wing because I've not been using the attacking midfielder at the moment. Although ideally I'd be using him in the centre midfield, but when I do ask the assistant on what he thinks the team selection should be, Moi Gomez is selected. But that's fine because he fills all the midfield roles, so that's fine by me. He's scoring goals. We scored a couple of goals, so that's worked. No players have left. Or no, some players have left on loan, but nothing really to note that's any really worth interesting. It's not nothing really interesting. With regards to the championship positions, we are currently in 5th. Derby, the team that beat us, are top. Played 5-1-5, so no real qualm. No, I'm not disappointed we lost to them. I'm a little bit disappointed the game glitched out, but I think maybe we would have lost anyway, or maybe at best drawn, because we only scored 1 goal and we didn't play very well. But discipline is a huge issue. Actually, if we go back to the schedule, you can see discipline. Some yellow cards there, but we got a sending off there, sending off, nothing there, nothing there. So we did. So for those 3 games, we got 3 sending offs, and okay, we only we won one of them, but then the other 2 we didn't win. So the sending offs maybe affected it. Discipline is a slight issue, despite in my instructions this has never changed. It's stay on feet. Okay, they may be getting sent off for something other than a rash challenge. I can't remember off the top of my head why they got sent off, but I'm a little bit disappointed that they are being so reckless in getting sent off in those games. At the moment, I've only disciplined them. I've offered no discipline because I don't want to upset them just yet, because it is their first offence for individual players. But we'll have to see what happens in the future. If they do again, then I'll fine and all that sort of stuff. With regards to the Premier League, just in case I forget, in case people want to know what the Premier League's doing at the moment, let's quickly go through, and you can pause the screen if you want to see anything that's happened. Major transfers at the top here. We'll go to the game now, to be honest, because my voice is probably going to give up, so I want to get through it. Anyway, team selection today. Karali in goal. That's a huge thing we need to change. Not because he's not playing well. You can see he's playing perfectly acceptable, but just his age. I would not want him to be my Premier League goalkeeper. God no. Or even my goalkeeper in the Championship long term. Hogland's been upset lately. Fernando's not so upset now. Parker's back today. Grealish is not. Above 7. His rating, you'd think that's pretty good, but he's not been exceptional like he has been for me in the past. Corley Woodrow, on the other hand, has just been phenomenal. He's played 5, scored 5. Is his record so far. Who else has done particularly well? Nobody else has really done that well. I mean, Emerson Hindman's done okay, I guess. Well, he's done pretty well, actually, if you look at the rating. But other than that, everyone else has just been solid, I would say. Defence has been a bit of an issue with sending off to Bodorov, and also some injuries. General fatigue, really. Just players aren't quite there yet in terms of their fitness. You can see I've got quite a big squad. The Championship's a long, grueling season. I've promoted there's a lot of young players in this squad, which is good. I'm pleased about that. I want to see how they develop. I'm a big fan of young players, young talent. I didn't mean to do that. What did I just change? I set the team before I start recording. Who do we need to put back in? Yes, nothing really needs to change hugely. I mean, I want Larnell Cole in. Do that, so we'll have an extra midfielder. He can play both fullback positions. Ruiz, McCormack, of course, defender. Williams, I want you. Rodieger, do we need Rodieger? Do we need another striker on the bench? When we've got McCormack, probably not. I'd ideally have Patrick Roberts, but he's not really fit. An extra defensive midfielder, even though he's not very good, but he's a defensive midfielder, balling midfielder. And then we're good to go, so we'll go with that. I think that was what it was originally. I wish I hadn't bloody changed the team selection. Obviously I'd rather have him away at Reading. I'd be happy with a draw because Reading are a good team, so I'll be happy with the draw. I'd like Burns' tackling to improve his attribute in the future. I'd like that. I mean, I intend to rotate still in all cup competitions. Doesn't matter if it's FA Cup or Capital One Cup. We will rotate. Oh, Pogrebniak should have finished that. We're under blitz. Go away. I don't want to take him off. He'll, man up. Can we have anything positive for us? Here we go. David swings it in. Burnt. Oh, another corner kick. Is it going to be a pointless highlight, or are we going to get a goal? I didn't put it on 3D again. To us, I'm personally not bothered about it being on 3D. If it really is if anybody really, I mean, in the past people have said they wanted 3D, but I'm really not that fussed by it all. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll change it in the future, but I've got no desire to, really. Could see they're reacting. Oh, there they are reacting. Opposition instructions. You got anything? Any words of wisdom for them? Any instructions? Craig David. I know it's not Craig David. Chris David, but he's Craig David. Craig David. We'll take him off. Lionel Cole on fullback. We'll change that. And I've got nothing else to change at the moment, I don't think. I'm contemplating bringing on McCormack or Ruiz. Brian Ruiz, one of them will probably come on unless we get an injury or some severe fatigue. Oh, here we go. Woodrow's through. Can you do something? Do something magical for us? No, that was not. No, that was not magical. Anything. Somebody. Yes! Hindman scored. Second goal of the season. My American under 20 or under 21. I believe he is. International. Hopefully we'll go on to play full honours at some point in this save. And in real life, to be honest. Oh no, Norwood scored. I believe he's the former Man United player, isn't he? Oliver Norwood. Is he Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland, I think? I remember I signed him years ago. I did a Lincoln City save when they were in League Two, and I signed him to a free transfer, and he was really good for me in the midfield. Bit of a random memory there. Can we? What to do? Let's pause this. What to do? We're not playing badly. I said a draw would be good. He scored 5 and 5. I'm tempted to change the striker, just something different up front. But he scored 5 and 5. But he's only got a 6.6 rating today. But we have physical fatigue elsewhere that needs to be. I don't like changing the centre backs. That's not happening. No more fullbacks. Grealish. We could change Grealish, but then who to bring on? We don't have any actual. We have Williams. So unless we put Gomez out to the right, Williams onto the left. But is that going to get us the goal? Is McCormack going to get the goal? Decisions. I'm going to be bold and change the striker. And we'll play him as the false 9, which is his preferred. No, I don't want him to be a false 9. Create problems and leaving space. Are my wingers going to push on and score the goals? They've scored goals. The left winger scores goals so far, but what can it can't hurt. We'll give it a go. Prove me wrong and score a goal from that position. See, I think that would be better with an attacking midfielder behind him, or a player in that position, not necessarily the role of attacking midfielder, but that position, inside forwards, or even. Really, Gomez? Really? So we wait until I've made the substitution, then we decide to go and get injured. How inconsiderate of you. Do we sack? No. We're not going to. We'll play Grealish straight through the centre. What would you like to play as? What should we play him as? Actually, this could work. Should we go Shadow Striker? Go with that. Grealish, give it a whirl. Let's give it a go. Come on, we're down a man. Opposite instructions. Fullbacks are going to have to work hard now because they are now our width. Got effectively 3 attacking midfielders now on the pitch, or 3 more creative midfielders. Deep lying, advanced playmaker, and a shadow striker. And a false 9. Please don't concede. Please. Can we hold on for 14 minutes? Oh, I was going to offer you Percy Pigs. I'd have bought you all a bag of Percy Pigs. I want Percy Pigs right now, actually. I like Percy Pigs. Let me know in the comments, actually, on this really random, if you like Percy Pigs or what your favourite sweets are. Let me know in the comments. Really random. Ross McCormack scored. And he scored as a false 9. Even better. I'll buy you a bag of Percy Pigs. Ross McCormack. I think Percy Pigs are my favourite. Oh, no. Maynard's. Now, Winegums, because whenever I go to watch the football, we always take a bag of Winegums. But we vary from Maynard's. But then, in recent years, we've actually gone to try... People like, oh, we try Sainsbury's, Asda's, Tesco's, M&S, Morrison's. We've tried all their own brand Winegums and established that the M&S own brands are horrible. Morrison's aren't too bad. Asda's are pretty good. Sainsbury's are meh. Tesco's aren't very nice. Maynard's are nice, but overly priced. And when you open up the bag, Maynard's stink. Whether or not you like that smell is up to you. But that's what we've established. But we got a draw today. Really random tyrant. I've just gone on. Sorry about that. But unlucky today. I'm saying we're unlucky. Let me know in the comments what are your favourite sweets and what your preferred Winegums choice if you like Winegums. Question of the day. Right, I'm going to do the press conference after this video. So Championship, we're now 4th in the table. Where are Reading actually? 9th. Away from home. Yeah, I'll take a draw. Look at stats. Who's scoring well? I don't know how long this video is now. Anything interesting? Appearances, yes. Goals. 2 players on the goals. Assists. We've got 2 top assist makers. He's barely played. Has he barely played? He's played 2 bench appearances. He's already made 3 assists. You, my friend, are going to be starting a deal. You will be starting at some point. Or will you? Or will you? Because Patrick Roberts has got to come back, as has potentially start, as has George Williams. Ideally I'd play the 4-2-3-1 with Patrick Roberts as the attacking midfielder because he does turn out pretty good. And ideally I'd put potentially Williams on the left wing because again he turns out pretty good, I've seen. So, but we'll have to play around with it in the future. Who knows? But we are now. Normally my record on Lifecom is really bad. Normally I lose all the time, but that's not bad. To score 2 goals on Lifecom and draw. Still, only lost 1 game with Overload. So try it out, guys. Try it in your own saves. Overload. I don't know if I'll have a poll on this video. This video is now probably gone. I don't know how long it's been, but it's probably gone on too long. Probably kept you guys too long. But it probably won't have a poll on this one because it's a bit early to start voting. I think in September. I think voting might start next episode. I think. But let me know in the comments what are your favourite sweets, and I will see you guys next time.